night, the Paw Sox are still 2 years away from coming to Worcester, the city already receiving many bids regarding Polar Park. Plus, coming soon, another addition to the city. American Airlines is set to take off from Worcester to a major hub this week. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. The city of Worcester has received numerous bids from architectural firms, all wanting to be the designer of Polar Park. The firms responding to a request for qualifications issued by the Worcester Redevelopment Authority. Once one is chosen, the city can begin taking steps towards actually designing the stadium. Our Cam Jandro joins us now live with more. Cam?
Anna, one of the most anticipated parts of this project is what exactly is this ballpark going to look like and how will it be related to the city of Worcester? Well, the city is now taking steps, getting closer to actually hiring an architectural firm in hopes of turning this site here on Madison Street into one of the country's most unique AAA facilities. The new home of the Pawtucket Red Sox is slowly starting to take form here in Worcester.
We want something totally unique here in Worcester. So the experience of the firms and also their ability to actually deliver on time will be extremely important.
The city has received submissions from 7 architectural firms competing to be the one to design the 10,000-seat Polar Park. Chief Development Officer Michael Traynor says this is uncharted territory for Worcester.
We want to be guided by their experience, especially Janet Marie Smith and Larry Lucchino. They've done this before. We haven't built any ballparks before, so their input is key to our decision making.
The 7 firms all have experience building professional sports stadiums. For the city's Economic Development Committee, having multiple options is a good sign for Worcester.
And it was about the economic drivers that would then take place, which it's now doing, and it's great that we're in a place now that people want to come.
The city will begin the interview process for firms next week and will then rank them. Whomever is chosen will then work alongside Paw Sox chairman Larry Lucchino, as well as ballpark developer Janet Marie Smith.
They're looking to make a real signature construction project here, a ballpark that has a signature of Worcester. You've probably already heard everyone say it's going to look, smell, feel, and taste like Worcester.
Now, the city is expected to host those interviews on the 11th and 12th of October. The city is also in the process of hiring a project manager for this project, and they're also shortly after that going to hire a construction manager in hopes of breaking ground right here off of Madison Street in July of 2019. We're live in Worcester tonight. I'm Cam Jandro, Worcester News Tonight.
Thanks, Cam. A lot of interesting information there. The First Unitarian Church in Worcester lighting up the steeple tonight to celebrate raising more than $500,000 to restore its historic building. The Fuller Foundation gave the church a grant to replace all of the exterior lights with energy-efficient LED lights. Minister Sarah Stewart says receiving these donations to help revamp the church means the historic congregation is part of the future of Worcester.
We're very proud to be part of the redevelopment of North Main Street. And part of Worcester's present and Worcester's future, that we've always been a church with close ties to the city, and we're proud to be here.
Other repairs to the building will include work on the exterior of the church. A marijuana dispensary in central Massachusetts could be first in the state to have a final license approved this week. The Cannabis Control Commission has scheduled votes on Thursday on 2 bids by recreational marijuana shops, including Cultivate Holdings in Leicester. The facility currently sells medical marijuana and was the first to receive a provisional license by the CCC back in July. If given the final license, Cultivate could be one of the first retail recreational stores to open in Massachusetts. A Worcester public school is under fire from the state's Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. An investigation is looking into MCAS scores at Chandler Elementary Community School, but administrators say they have not been given any information as to what went wrong. Our Rosalind Flaherty has the story.
The Worcester Public School Department is waiting for answers as to why the State Department of Elementary and Secondary Education invalidated the 2017 MCAS scores from Chandler Elementary Community School.
They looked at the scores from 2018, they compared them to 2017, and they said, for whatever reason, these scores do not seem to be valid.
The state says serious violations took place and a year-long investigation followed. Superintendent Maureen Benenda says she was never told what the alleged violations were.
More anxious, I guess, would be the word, to have some closure to this, and hoping that, you know, maybe in the next month we'll have some answers as to why this could have happened.
School committee member John Monfredo says he was hoping the issue would have been resolved a long time ago, saying it's not fair to the school's principal and staff.
They need to know. Personally, I don't think there was any cheating going on, but if there were things that need to be corrected, then we need to know about it so that we can move on.
But Enda also doesn't feel like anyone intentionally tried to violate the rules.
The 2017 scores were to establish a baseline, so that's all it was a baseline in 2017. And so it's curious that why anybody would want to inflate your baseline scores.
She visited the school and spoke to the principal and staff, but says she just wants to move on.
Focus on learning and good practice, and do great work for all the students that go there that so deserve it.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
A car rollover in Worcester slows down traffic on Interstate 190. This car flipped over on the exit 1 ramp off of the highway. Witnesses say the driver was able to walk away from the scene. It's unclear at this time how the crash happened. Crews worked to flip the car back over while traffic moved around it. Starting Thursday, the Worcester Regional Airport will offer another destination or connection flight for many travelers. The first American Airlines flight to Philly is already full, and Massport says they're excited for future opportunities. Our Chandler Walsh has the story.
The American Airlines ticket counter at the Worcester Regional Airport is getting its final touches. The kiosks are up and running for Philadelphia flights starting Thursday.
It's a morning departure that will get you down to Philadelphia at the beginning of the business day, an afternoon inbound which turns around and goes right back to Philadelphia, as well as a late night arrival.
Airport Director Andy Davis says the new flights open doors for more travel options. And they will only continue with new Delta flights starting next summer.
With the Philadelphia service, American Airlines will be offering up to 148 different flight connecting opportunities throughout the United States, throughout the Caribbean, Latin American region, and to Europe.
Stephanie Ramey of Discover Central Mass says the American flights could open the opportunity for Worcester to host more corporate events and trade shows. But she expects it will bring more leisure travelers to the area as well.
It's a great place to explore, spend the night, bring your family, dive into some of the attractions, restaurants, the public art scene.
Ramey says the new airline is a big win for the city. She says it's important to have a functioning airport for the area to grow.
I think it's imperative, if we want to continue to grow, that we bring more airlines in and really enhance the experience for visitors.
American is offering 2 Philadelphia flights a day. Davis says they're ideal for business travelers and are convenient for people with international connecting flights. He says the first flights already look pretty full.
That's a very good sign. It shows that people are very enthusiastic about the growing air service here.
That was our Chandler Walsh reporting. A note from FEMA about an alert you will receive on your phone Wednesday. You can expect to get a test emergency alert message sent to your phone around 2:18 tomorrow. FEMA says it's a nationwide test of the wireless emergency alert system. This is the first nationwide test for a phone emergency alert. FEMA says it will sound like an Amber Alert or flood warning. A special visit to St. Stephen Elementary School in Worcester Tuesday. Wally the Green Monster and his sister Tessie visiting students ages pre-K to 7th grade. The Red Sox mascot pumping up students for Game 1 of the American League Division Series this Friday. Teachers say it's a great chance for the kids to have some fun.
We had no idea they were coming, and we're just so excited because special things like this don't happen that often in our little school here in this little corner of Worcester.
The Red Sox street team also handing out a pair of ALDS tickets to a lucky winner in Worcester at Union Station earlier this afternoon. If you're hungry and on campus at the College of the Holy Cross, you may want to stop by one of the school's cafes. One of their sandwiches was named America's Best Classic Sandwich by the Food Management magazine. A dining service employee created the crunchy campfire turkey and bacon sandwich. That is a mouthful, literally. She says she took everything trending with young people and put it all together to make the tasty sandwich.
Blend ingredients, so I just go by what the kids like. I have a 17-year-old son who is a wicked foodie, so he kind of gave me some input and we made it at home and he tried it and he said it was really good.
The campus says they're now offering this sandwich at the Science Cafe for a limited time, so stop by soon.